You're going to do it.
Yeah, I think they can play aggressive and random enough to catch Virtus.Pro off guard. Something that Spencer said is we played Virtus.Pro in the past on Overpass, actually. And I found as the operator, I was able to get a lot of picks. It was one of my better matches, to be honest, against Virtus.Pro when we played them on Overpass. They gave picks at the A bomb site. So it's really important whoever's playing A takes those aggressive angles and gets those picks, falls back, puts his team into a good situation.
Well, let's see if they can heed that advice. The goodwill of both Sean Garrison and the community that got them here are urging to see Keed at least take us to a third map, if not to a semi-final. Bjarli opens up the frag against Bjoltz that goes down, but Fur just delivers 2 headshots in a row to spank Taz and Bjarli down. But Neo will return the favor and level us out. Pasha with just 4 points of health. Neo not much better at 43. There's an opportunity for Keed here. Same men, much more health. The push comes in towards that A site now. Steal tags Neo down to just 16, and there's CQS throwing in for the next one. Snacks, though, has raced that bomb all the way around to B, whilst everyone is entertained at A.
Pasha's in an excellent spot here to get some kills.
Oh! If you've only got 4 points of health, the only thing you can do is deal in headshots. And that's exactly what he did. Snacks follows up, but now the guns are trained all onto Fallen, who must prioritize. Pasha, who's got no health, but making himself very hard to spy. The bomb ticks louder and louder as he does so. And Fallen's 35 points of health are eroded away before he gets the first frag. And it is Virtus.Pro who get the pistol.
Such experience right there from Virtus.Pro, really selling that A fake. And that's something actually Spencer mentioned before the match even started, is they're really good at seesawing between those bomb sites on Overpass, using that A fake right there to sneak the bomb in B plant, and it have Pasha already waiting in the tunnels for them to rotate. So great job by Virtus right there, reading the map, reading the rotations. Good stuff all around.
Well, if Keith's task wasn't hard, it's just gotten harder. Steal and this shotgun will go hunting close range. They've very little to offer as Kaz charges in towards that B bomb site, goes looking for more, and it's Fallen up in the position he was in last round, going up against that P90 as Bolts comes in with 2 headshots, and well, doesn't matter what weapons you've got if you're dealing headshots only. 3 frags up now. Neo finally gets one on the board for Virtus.Pro, and Snacks lying in wait. First frag for him, suddenly can't connect with anymore, and CQKS has himself his 2nd frag, and it is Neo against 2. 55 points of health to do it. The smoke will allow them entry, but Neo's lying in wait with the kill. Wasn't enough, and CQKS has himself the frag and the round, and Keed returned the favor to Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, and there was really nothing that Virtus.Pro did there that was incorrect strategically. They used Taz with that SMG, the P90, as a source of information. They pretty much just sent him up that sandbag area all by himself. It's something that you'll see in the meta right now in top level CS, across all maps on these second rounds, is using an SMG to gather info, read where the stacks are, and they did it. They found out B was a clear bomb site. Bolt hit 2 amazing headshots from the graffiti area. Really allowed his teammates to retake that bomb site.
Hope for Keed. They will be wanting to put up numbers here on this CT side, and that's going to mean a big game from Fallen here.
And this is something that's also big right now currently in Europe in the top level meta, is the rebuy on the 3rd round if you lose 2nd round.
Taz, courtesy of that Molotov, has no health and will go no further. Steel and Bolts both have a frag. There's a VP push in towards that B site, looking to put the bomb down. Snacks and, well, or just Snacks on his own. Racks up a quick hat-trick and changes the complexity of this round once more. Pasha with frag number 4. Do you stick or twist at this point? He's going for it, and he's going no further.
Can we cue the Tech 9 rap music? Throwback? No?
No.
But yeah, that 3rd round buy right there, that's something that you'll see right now at top level CS from Fnatic, Envious. Titan will do it occasionally, but not so much because they like to get Ops in Kenny's hands. TSM isn't really big on buying on ecos, but mainly Fnatic and Envious will do that a lot. And now Virtus.Pro has obviously picked it up.
And why is that change? What has changed in the mentality?
The main thing is that if that team won that second round, they're keeping a lot of the guns that you had that round before, which weren't great guns, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 AKs. So you can buy Tech-9 armor, nades, and your chances of winning that round are probably about like 65-35, and you're going to have to double save no matter what. So if you get the bomb down, you're pretty much in the same situation anyway. And if you win that round, the other team's economy is officially in shambles.
Bolts, I think, deals exclusively in headshots. Has 2 of them this round.
A sick aimer.
Despite that, though, they were unable to get the guns. They fell right on the hands of incoming Ts, so still left with just 3 pistols.
Her and Snacks playing the waiting game. Each know each other's probably location. Virtus.Pro electing to walk 3 through the long sewer. Hear the water of Overpass, it's so quiet. The sewers.
Neo ready to make this push in now, and it's bolts and those headshots that we're going to need to see from Keed if they're to salvage this round. No such luck as Snacks picks off his head. Neo knows where Fallen is. Fur coming around from the back, though, delivers onto Snacks, and there's still a glimmer of hope. Neo does a lot of damage onto Fallen, though. He's down to just 7, and Fur having to expose himself here. Gets 1, but Neo gets 2, and that'll be the round. Expensive for Virtus.Pro. They get away with just Neo at the end of that, but he and his AWP escape, and Virtus.Pro have 3 rounds to the good.
And that's an okay round right there to lose for Keed. Getting 4 frags like that, really keeping the economy in check for Virtus.Pro, making sure that when you do win that first gun round, you're not going to have to win 3 straight or something crazy in order to force an eco out of Virtus.Pro. So big 4 kills right there. Without those, this match could have gotten out of hand. And I like that they are electing to save here, because they could have bought technically on this round, but they're obviously trying to get an AWP in one of their players' hands.
And they'll push onto Bialy. They'll take him out and collect the AK as their prize. Second frag is Bolts. No headshot this time for Bolts as he mixes it up, but he has himself 2. His customary 2 it's becoming. Neo returns the favor. Bolts completes his hat trick before going down at the hands of Snacks, and it's a 2-on-1 here. Snacks about to claim the bomb. Steel and Fallen haven't been near the action, so thus haven't collected any of the weapons that have fallen on the ground, but Snacks will know little of where they are.
And this is really good for Keed, that Bolts and Fur are starting off on a good foot. Their aim looks like it's on. It's really going to be important whether their offer starts.
Oh, Steel had it all lined up and wasn't able to finish the job.
Ouch. Snacks has no idea where Fallen's coming from, though, and that's one thing Fallen really has working for him in this situation.
Not like 500,000 people were watching Steel. And there it is, Fallen's headshot claws back Snacks, and a round on the board for Keed. They are 2 to 3 down.
Big round right there for Keed. Now Virtus.Pro is probably going to have to be eco. Oh, they're going to stress buy.
The observer there pointing out how expensive every round has been in these opening 5. How many frags we've seen?
An AWP, 2 pistols, and 2 AKs. One of the AKs has no nades. This is going to be a tough round for Virtus.Pro to win. Pasha's going to have to open this up for them, most likely.
And 5th round, we'll stick with Fallen, and you called it earlier on. You wanted to see him with that AWP.
And I did want to see him be aggressive like that on A. Those are the type of picks that are going to be available to him.
He has the second one as Pasha. It's Taz that goes down, but Pasha returns the favor. CQKS having a game to forget thus far as the first man down for Keed.
Fallen still lurking these aggressive angles by the bathroom, really gathering information for his team to keep 2 guys at B. This is really important right now for the mid-game setup.
Oh, Fur with a whisker of an opportunity onto Pasha, but those 4 bullets don't connect.
Snacks just doing what he does best, lurking this blue area as we go.
There is Fur this time getting his frag and downing Pasha, and that's the AWP out of the equation, and it's going to be a 4-on-2 here for Keed, who at the same time don't know much of where neither Bialy or Snacks are, but now have all the information as Bialy unloaded a few shots, and they'll begin to try and prevent him making that push back. And there's only 25 seconds left to go. Talk us through what's working here for Keed. In the past 2 rounds, they've pushed out into the park really aggressively and just been able to ensure that there's been no game plan from VP.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I was getting into earlier. Is Virtus.Pro almost seems a little bit sloppy, and I thought they might have been able to fix that over time, but it looks like they really kept that same default on Overpass that worked for them in the past, that we were able to have success against. So if Fallen keeps being aggressive on those angles by the stairs, maybe pick the angle from bathroom to the fountain, which is one that I'm particularly fond of, he'll be able to really open these rounds up for Keed, which will demolish a lot of the fakes that Virtus.Pro is able to create.
Where's Wally in that crowd? Did you spot him?
I did not, actually. And look, Virtus.Pro is actually buying again. Pasha having an all 4 pistols. They refuse to give up.
Fallen gets himself the frag onto Taz. Snacks will follow suit. And Virtus.Pro have lost a lot of health onto Neo as well, but the story is the same of Bolts. But there's an excellent start here for Keed in round number 7. They set the tone, and VP are under the cosh here for the first time in this game. It is a CT map. You do want to be putting up big numbers on this side and force your opposition to chase them down, but reason for optimism is...
There we saw some cool stuff from Fur, throwing all those nades, underhand nades to blow up the door. It's like watching a Harlem Globetrotter dribble a basketball.
Not much health on those 3 VP players alive either. And Bolts will see to Pasha. And all 1 point of health that he had. And another one as Neo goes down, and it's all on Bialy, who does get the frag onto Bolts, but will go no further. Keed have taken the lead here. It's 4-3.
And they've officially now forced Virtus.Pro on an eco. So they're finally at a point where their economy is stabilizing. They can sit back and relax, breathe. They've never seen this yet in the best of 3, so these next couple rounds out of Keed are huge, and just to make sure they stay on top of that economy game.
Now, that scoreboard on Virtus.Pro tells an interesting story. A spread of 10 frags from top to bottom, with Taz only getting the 1 thus far.
Yeah, and that's crazy, because something I noticed on Mirage was everyone was like 14 to 18 kills. They were all so close. Everyone was playing lights out.
Snacks gets himself the frag, and this time, the aggressive push doesn't work.
But it's still getting that early information, which on Overpass is really almost as vital as getting the kill itself.
Garlic gets himself the frag onto Fur. There are 2 weapons, 1 AWP on the VP side now, and the task got a little harder. Bolts has himself the frag onto Bialy, and it's Pasha and Neo who go up against Fall and Steel. Pasha going up right close and personal. He's looking right at his eyes, and Steel will get it.
Kid.
We'll come back to that. Neo can put the bomb down.
That was cute.
It was adorable. Neo, 1 versus 2 to save the round here for Virtus.Pro. If there's anyone you want in this situation, it is Mr. Counter-Strike. Yes. He and Fallen will come in. They will try to play this one by the numbers, but as he show the first man, it's Neo that'll take him down, but Fallen is having none of the home crowd romance. And it will be 5-3. Take a look at the replay of that. Talk us through this.
Just showing his gentle side, you know? He just wanted to get nice and close with that CT. Just give him a back massage. Really, he's had a hard time that last map, you know? Just trying to comfort him.
There's no room for romance in the game with weapons. Now, Keed, 5-3 up. They are beginning to stretch their legs a little bit here and enjoy this final. What'll be a good score from them at this point going forward?
I would really like to see a 10-5 half out of them or better. They will have a hard time, though, getting those 5 rounds on T side without the pistol, so 10-5 is the minimum I'm looking at that they need to win this one.
You can see from the way that Pasha's moving so slowly around the park that the 8 rounds of aggression that have been Keed has really spooked them out.
And I love how Virtus.Pro runs this default. They allow Snacks to opt B as the lurker, just basically control over there. Because without that off, you really can't do any damage or control, really peek the sewers or anything.
Whoa, shot from behind on Pasha, misses out onto Fur, but Fur's job is done. He had 2 frags there, and that's a great trade for him. ZQK has to fall back, and he has that AWP that will hold onto the site. Snax has bolts down.
And that's that rule. Without that AWP right there, he doesn't get that kill. Information is lost. The CTs kind of have map control at that point. But with that AWP, obviously he kills that guy. That guy loses all info at the B bomb site. Keed has to rotate towards that direction. And now Virtus.Pro is looking to hit A with 4 guys versus this one Fallen.
Fallen, though, having a hell of a game thus far. And that's just why. What a hit onto Pasha. He'll go no further. Bialy has the headshot onto him. And now it will be Snax opening up that AWP. And CQKS goes down. And it is Steel. Last man standing. Can't get over to that site fast enough. And he will go up against Snax, who is in no mood to negotiate.
Snax just has so much knowledge of rotations and just positioning, just positional advantages all around the map for Snax. If you ever wanted to just up your game, you feel like your aim is on point, watching a Snax demo, just watching his POV only will really get you to another level in my eyes.
Who are the players that you watch the most demos of?
I don't really watch many individual demos. I watch like team kind of strategies as a whole. I watch overviews, and then kind of watch timings that each player uses. But I do like watching lurkers and their timings, so I do like watching like Flusha, for example. He's fun to watch as a lurker.
Fallen opens up, Neo down. Pasha looking to level up those numbers, but it's not to be. It's Fallen will retreat back.
Timing. Virtus.Pro knows now that these guys are hiding in blue.
Fur, in his aim, has got him out of trouble a lot of times here. ZQS just needs to finish off Taz, and he will. Snax comes in to stop it, but they're a man down now. VP is keyed up, looking to hold this one.
Not a bad trade at all right there for Keed. Things looked like they were getting quite hairy for them. That could have ended a lot worse for them than it did.
Snax down, but, well, it's Fallen. It'll get himself the next frag onto Pasha, but Snax down to 22 points of health as well. And with 30 seconds to go, he'll be looking to try and get out of this one with that AWP if he can. And that's exactly what he's going to do. So we're at the 10-round mark. Keyed up, or will be up by 6-4. Already proving that analyst desk wrong by getting up to this number, assuming they get more than one.
I got Snax with this little nifty spot.
You will not find me.
Just ignore this smoke that's just chilling in the middle of the open.
There's just been a leak up here. And the home crowd quietened for the first time in a while.
Yeah, I haven't heard a peep out of them really the last few rounds here. So,
but again, Taz, 2 frags this one. The spread up to Snax is 16, but Bialy and Taz have just 6 frags between 2 players, and that's indicative of how hard this map has been for the VP side.
Yeah, and again, Virtus.Pro elect to buy 4 people with pistols after saving that off, armor up, buy nades. This is obviously something they're really comfortable with doing. They have strategies designed around these pistol buys, obviously. So let's see what they can do here. Looks like it's going to be a B hit.
It is Bolts who has held B with aplomb. Seems to open up with 2 headshots every time people come in towards that B site.
I'm really scared right now in their positioning that they're all going to get blind and swarmed with these Tech 9s. Okay, they kind of got torn past those spots then.
Bolt's waiting for the action to come to him, and it'll be Neo the first around the corner. Taz follows suit. Molotov going in the direction of Bolt. There's the first frag. Bialy is out. Snax, though, will stop Bolt going any further, and now Steel has a hell of a job to do as the reinforcements are far behind. He leaps towards the site to get in there. Fur has himself joined the party, and Virtus.Pro starting to lose bodies here. Snax and Neo both down. Pasha has 13 points of health, and Taz lurking to try and take down the bomb carrier, but he has his escort in the shape of Steel. And Keed, 7-4 up.
Very big hold right there from Keed. Those Tech 9 rushes on B can get really scary. The guy who played Barrels played it really patiently, sat in the Molotov, got his 1 kill, did damage to another guy. And that's really the way you have to do it at this level of CS. Virtus.Pro did a great job using Molotovs against us on retakes yesterday on Inferno. Every 3 versus 3, they always had Molotovs, flushes out of places. It seems like the new meta with that is just to kind of sit in the Molotov and take it for about 90 HP. Die to the Molotov, but kill him during your last 10 HP when he's not looking at that spot anymore. So that's something that you kind of saw just now to Keed.
It's a heroic way to do it. Take one for the team type of thing.
Exactly. Throwback to Olaf defusing the fire right there on the wall.
Steel gets himself a frag onto Neo, but they have lost one as well. Fallen, somewhat blinded by those smokes, has incoming to his right that he surely was aware of. And, will go through. Still gets himself that frag onto Snacks and then has Bolts to cover him as well. Fallen down, but Bolt still going strong. Pasha out, and it's Bjarly 1 on 3. Looking like a great first half thus far from Keed. Let's not jinx them as we go into the final 3, but it is 8-4.
Yeah, very nice half so far built up by Keed. It's important that they keep this momentum rolling here. Don't stop at 8. Don't settle. They need to end up with 10 or 11 here.
Don't settle.
And even though they're winning all these rounds, you can see their economy is still kind of low. $50 right there on Bolts, 1,750 on Fallen. So losing this round cleanly could be pretty bad for them.
The fans trying to be the 6th man here for Virtus.Pro. See what they can offer. CQKS, it's just not working for him at the moment. And a rare miss from Fallen, who has had the game of his life here. As he will be charged by both Neo and CQKS. Comes to revenge frag in as Taz goes down. Bjarly follows suit. Finally, that one of the 2 AWPers is down. Now they've both fallen, but it's a 2-on-3 as the reinforcements begin to make their way up towards that A site.
And that round right there is just a clear example of why CT AWPers on A at Overpass are just so annoying. They can miss about 8 shots and they'll still kill 2 of you because they can back off to so many different angles. And Fallen just did really a perfect job of showcasing that right there to the viewers. He just kept on sliding back into different angles, moving forward to avoid the angle pushed on Bathroom. Just great footwork right there by Fallen.
Michael Flatley of Counter-Strike as Zach Snacks gets himself the frag onto Steel before the bomb will go down via Pasha, who is Bolts and Fur to hold on to. He does damage to Fur, but Bolts will not allow him to go any further, and Keed will get their 9th round on the board. Expensive though again.
Yep, very much indeed. Something I did notice though, this round actually, it's kind of clicking, is Keed uses much less Molotovs than Virtus.Pro. And that may help them as far as their economy goes, losing more players each round. I haven't really seen them molly spots as much as a typical top-tier team would.
Crowd once more urging on their hometown heroes to pull something out of the bag. But remember, a double-digit round for Keed, and they've got a hell of an opportunity going onto the T side.
And now that they've set an economy, it looks like they've elected to buy 4 of them. So
yeah, at the moment, well, when you call out the Molotovs, they're like, ah.
And this is the angle I actually wanted to see falling up, the fountain angle from Bathroom.
Picks the first one onto Taz, Snacks follows in, and Virtus.Pro have themselves a man advantage finally, for no longer as Pasha is down. And CQKS will use that Molotov, and it's instantly diffused by that smoke. But there he is, double AWP. Snacks comes in to finally stop the ROP, but again it's Steel and Bolts to hold on to this site. And Snacks is a man that can go 1v2.
I love this. They like to stay together in this situation, really try to trade this kill. Snacks is the king of these 1v2s, though.
A well-covered bomb plant as well from his position. And the crowd cheering him on. Let's see whether he can hold this as they come out one by one. Snacks will see the first man, and it'll be that first man that takes him down. Steel silences the crowd, and Keed get to that double-digit number.
Great work right there by Keed, just sticking together, being able to trade that kill, mauling the plant spot. So even if Snacks killed that guy, he would have had to swing on the other. That guy probably would have traded the kill. Similarly, Snacks did all he could, really. He smoked both entrances to the A-bomb site, knew that it was safe to plant. A lot of people would fake a plant in that situation, try to draw a guy out. That would be the incorrect play. Chances are the CTs aren't coming up through those smokes. So he instantly plants. He could have moved out the site. That would have been his best play, but it's hard to make those decisions in a 1-on-2.
Snax is the player you want in that position. His 22 frags. The entire team has just 24 after that.
Yeah, Snax is playing great. Big opening kill right there onto Fallen. So let's see how Virtus.Pro uses that 5v4 advantage right now to seesaw between the sides.
ZQKS had a big round last time out, though. Can he continue to pick up the weight of his fallen comrade?
And they've instantly elected to go back to the B bomb site after getting that aggressive kill. That guy Fallen was able to probably call that he saw 2-3 guys.
Neo picks himself up a kill. ZQKS goes down, and that's both Orpas out. It's a 3-on-5 as they charge in towards this B site. But 1, 2, 3 frags coming in from Keed. They're turning on the style here as they look to hold on to this lead. In the last round of the first half, it's Steel to take on Bialy and Pasha with the help of Fur. First frag goes the way of him, and now Bialy will be down in the back. And Keed have 11 rounds going into halftime.
Excellent
well, do
rotations.
you believe?
Yeah, excellent rotations, positional strengths right there by Keed. That guy that played long sewer, threw the Molotov over there, gave him some time, patiently killed the guy at the pole after he killed the guy in the main sewer. Just good stuff right there. Calm play right there from Keed.
Keed get themselves up 11-4. CT sided half, so let's not get too carried away, but they will have confidence running through them and that cheerleader Peter right behind them to remind them of it.
Yep, there he is. Pacing back and forth. I'm just looking at you, Peter.
On that Virtus.Pro side, though, you could hear a pin drop in that booth.
Yeah, and that's not something that you typically see for them. You typically see that fire that even when they're winning and some of them die, you'll hear a Polish slur word every now and then, you know?
I love the fact that some guy has literally showed up as Wally/Waldo, wherever you're from, and is hiding in that audience. If you're watching on stream, you need to get one of the audience shots and just see if you can play the game. It's fantastic. Where is he? Where is he?
Oh my God, you're killing me.
There he is.
I got him. I got him. You showed me.
Anyway, this audience have been fantastic. We thank you all for coming along, and they have made all the noise that they can for this Virtus.Pro team to be urged on. Even that one guy in a Navi shirt.
Gotta stay. He's gotta support the game, you know?
Here it is, the game face of Virtus.Pro. Taz doesn't look like a man you really want to go up to and talk to right now.
No, looks a little bit salty right now about that half. He's ready. Let's see what Virtus.Pro responds with right now.
Do you believe that they can actually pull this off, Keed, and take us to a third map? You called it. You went for it. You backed them at the beginning of this one.
It's really important that they win the T-Pistol. Even though they got 11 rounds that first half, I just know playing teams like Virtus.Pro, what's going to happen if they don't win Pistol is they're going to win a round, they're going to lose the next one, get reset. And it's just going to be so hard to ground those 4 rounds out for them if they don't win Pistol or don't string together like a series of rounds early.
For those in the audience making the noise for Virtus.Pro, this is a must-win round for them. For those at home, it's Keed's opportunity to potentially take that first step to taking us to a third map. They have the first frag. It's Bialy that goes down. Held back as they try to make their way out. Taz now has retreated in. Snax with a big opportunity down Steel in the back, and he couldn't quite grasp it. But Neo will go in under bolts. Steel in the end gets the better of Snax with that headshot, and Pasha coming from behind. This is his moment. Pasha drops the first man, second man down, and does stop the bomb plant in the meantime as well. How much further can he go? Fur will say no more, and there is the pistol round, and the Brazilian crowd at home go wild.
Yeah, and that was the YOLO long sewer rush right there. They just full rushed it. Kind of fortunate that Snax didn't get that kill. Also kind of weird because Posh actually shot ZQK in the back, and I guess he didn't realize it because there was so much stuff probably going on the screen in front of him. Man, that could have been a really bad round right there for Keed. They would have been biting themselves in the foot.
Biting themselves in the foot.
You know, sometimes
Copyright Sean Garris.
Sometimes just kind of mix all the things together. You know, just.
I've been doing it for 10 years. It's fine. Don't worry.
Pansy's giving me the Nico golf clap. I mean, we're just doing our thing, yeah.
Asher and that scout do connect onto Fallen, who's down to just 31, but Boltz's grenade will do the job. And we've seen that pistol round reversed so regularly in this tournament that it's no sure thing that having won it, they'll convert that any further for Keed. Oh, just the 1 point of health left on Neo as he, in the end, has to retreat.
Yeah, excellent use of grenades right there by Keed. Obviously, they have a lot of experience in taking long A on those eco rounds.
And that's how you pull yourself back. 2 headshots, Taz drops Fur and Fallen. 2 of the big guys on that Keed side. But Bolts will come in and blitz Neo. And it is Bjarly 1 on 3 as that bomb will go down on A.
Yeah, and let's let this round play out, and then I'll go ahead and describe what happened. So what happened right there is Keed decided to take long A on an eco round, which is quite a common thing in CSGO, but a lot of teams don't do it correctly, and what they did was just perfect. So they know that second round, the only thing that can really beat you at long A is the jump scouter over that planner. So what they did to counter that was they had a guy kind of swing wide, and maybe 2 or 3 guys hug the wall and nade over the planner. So effectively eliminating that spot, because you know that if someone buys a scout second round, they can't afford armor. Of course, they could be dropped, but that's not really a common thing at top tier CS right now. So that was a great play by them. Then they naded the truck even further, which got Neo down to 1 HP. Basically clearing all of the angles that would prevent them from winning that round.
13-4, 3 away from taking us to Nuke.
Yes. So excited. Please.
Neo edges his way in towards the smoke, and it'll be ZQKS who saves his teammate there who was just about to get shot at. Now Taz has action coming his way, and the difference here is without the advantage of those weapons, Virtus.Pro having to sit very deep. That leaves them susceptible. They've had to give up a lot of real estate for Keed. And Keed have made their way on top of that bomb site now and will hunt down first Pasha and Bjarly on the other side as well. And that leaves Snacks only 1 on 5.
It's doable.
It is Snacks after all. He does have the majority of the frags on his team.
Coming in like an assassin with that sound.
But not to be.
Hey, Eeyore. Seen you in a couple decades.
ZQK, day 1 entry kill rating 1.38. He took a while to get warmed up to this stage, but began at the kind of second quarter of this match to really get going.
Yeah, now he's really hit his stride, and you can tell it's propelled Kaboom to this new level right now that they're countering Virtus.Pro's energy with. So it's awesome to see them work on all cylinders right now.
Bjarly will get himself a frag onto Fur as he pushes out looking for it, but Neo got left behind. He'll took him down. Steel though lost a lot of health in the process, and Bjarly will help himself to frag number 2. And this more like it from Virtus.Pro. Fallen nades out in towards that side and waits to see whether anyone pushes out from it. They don't. Just 3 points of health on Bjarly as well. Here they go. Waiting for them is Snacks. And Steel doesn't know. He can't see anything. You see him just looking into that B site, looking for any whisker, any pixel, and he saw nothing. Other side of the map, Bjarly has finally been down. He had just 3 points of health. Fallen has just 17. He won't last long, but he's got Taz. Steel dropped by Snacks, who is on fire today. And he will finish off the job. Virtus.Pro have their first round in a long old while. It's 14-5.
Great poise right there by Virtus.Pro, really sticking to the guns at the B bomb site, not overcommitting on those peaks, letting the T's work up to the pole and the sandbags. Particularly Bjarly, who had 14 HP the whole time, elects to stay at the barrel angle, reason being because he's in pretty much a headshot-only spot. So he's effectively at 100 HP, unless he gets naded or Molotoved out, which at a mid-game situation is very uncommon. So good read right there by Bjarly to stay there with low HP. Got another kill out of it. So good play by Virtus.Pro.
Fallen opens the fragging. Bjarly goes down, but it's Snacks that is the real prize. At 25 frags, he's 13 clear of the next man. We are on board with him now as he goes looking for key players who will do the dance with Neo through that smoke.
There's something very different out of Virtus.Pro. They're playing way back in the A-bomb site. No information this round, really. They have no idea where Keed can be. They don't know if they could be all in bathrooms, all waiting long sewer, all in blue. So Keed's in a really strong spot right now. Unfortunately, they don't know that.
40 seconds left on this as VP get a little antsy. That time has chewed up a lot of VP nades as well. But as you say, Keed didn't know the strength of their position. They're ready to move in now with 25 to go. It's Bolts who'll lead that charge. Flashed back and reinforcements now begin to make their way in from the sewer. Fallen hits Neo. ZQKS looking out for Pasha on that other side. Taz lying away. He can only see heads, so he can only hit them. And that's exactly what he does under Bolts. Stacks comes in and joins the party. He and Pasha have got 3. Fallen, the last man standing, has fallen indeed. And the awkward high five versus fist pump doesn't matter. If I don't see that as a GIF on Reddit, I'll be upset.
Yes, those are always become GIFs. I hate to say it, Snacks, but you top frag this match, but you just earned yourself a GIF in awkwardness history.
But look at those stats, 27 for Snacks.
Yeah, and that was a really good read right there by Snacks. He felt that B hit coming, rotated to the B bomb site. Virtus.Pro had a good stack going, even without any information. Guessed it perfectly.
Here come Keed quickly, though, as they look to push in. Bialy and Bolts will trade frags. This time, it's Neo who comes in to get the better of them. Somehow Taz does help, with the help of Neo, drop Bolts, and it is Fallen and Fur left standing. The bomb down over in the B site. They retreat out. And you kind of thought they could have snuck the bomb with Fur to rush in and just sneak a plan elsewhere, but not to be.
Yeah, and that's something that Keed's definitely noting right now. I would be shocked if I didn't see some form of like a default B hit right now that fakes into A, because what they've noticed on the last 2 rounds is both Fur and ZQK were able to work up all the way to that new truck area and pretty much peek the site and get a one-on-one because all the CTs rotated to B. So if they get that passive setup at A again, the passive setup at B again, they're going to run that fake for sure.
But this time, what do we see? First time out, Pasha pushing out. This time, Virtus.Pro looked to claim a little more territory on the map. But having said that, they've then fallen back again. Bialy gets himself a frag onto Steel. Fur returns the favor. And we go frag for frag.
And that's something that Virtus.Pro looks like they're probably comfortable with going with right there. Playing 2 guys at that sandbag situation like that, where that guy's in that left corner, he's definitely not getting out of that corner. So unless you literally have both guys kill the first people on their screen, you're going 1-for-1 in that situation. So I think Virtus.Pro is comfortable being in this 4v4 right now.
Tell us what you call the pillar in Cloud9.
So I was telling you, we named the pillar after Sivo Spangler. And the reason being, I want to say Spencer may have made this name, or maybe even Trace. But the reason being is because the drawings on that pole represent Spangler's family. Literally the truth. Valdez told me. So, fact.
Oh, there you go. If you ever hear that on the POV cams, you'll know why. And there they are. Right on cue. Bolts? Bolts has made his way in. Gets himself the headshot onto Taz, and Keed have got themselves a real opportunity here. A man advantage, Pasha down to just 1 point of health. Make that a 2-man advantage. Snacks and Neo must bail out Virtus.Pro here, or they're staring 8 map points. Gah, killed that one. Neo does drop Bolts. And the first frag out of 4 required. Snacks the danger man coming from behind now. But he's been sighted by Fallen, and they'll just hold him in there as long as they can, and they'll do damage, and he's running out of health, but he's still delivering headshots. Neo, the last man up, Snacks is down. It is a one-on-one, which Neo wins!
Wow. Wow. They definitely overcommitted to this piece right there. They did not need to peek those angles. The bomb was planted for the plan there, for the new truck. None of those Keed members need to peek. But still, I'm going to ask you to pat me on the back because I called that bomb site for
you did. There you go. It was exactly as you called it. Here's your pat on the back.
Thank you. A little bit louder though, so the stream can hear. No, I'm just kidding.
They're sound cancelling mics. I'd have to punch you.
I could take it.
Never do that to you. You're far too pretty. We need you for the shots, for those Intel shots over there. Your next season's Intel poster boy. I can see it.
Oh, my goodness.
So, Keed with a golden opportunity to set themselves up for map point that time out. Fallen. Virtus.Pro doing exactly what they love to do. Backs against the wall, individual plays that pull them right out of the trouble. Is this set up for Virtus.Pro to pull it all the way back?
Snack's getting a little bit aggressive on long. This battle right here is going to pretty much determine the round in my eyes between CQK and Snacks. Looks like Virtus.Pro actually had a nice bait setup going. Pasha upping deep. Good setup right there by Virtus.Pro.
Will be Pasha to take on Bolts once more. Snacks has retreated to join the party in on that A site. Here is Steel in on Bialy, drops a headshot, pulls them back to level numbers. And Bolts with Snacks just pushing out. I'm going to ask you in a moment, how do you play against Snacks when he's in quite this form?
It's terrifying because you throw a smoke front sight like that. You don't expect a CT to run through the backside fringe like that ever. And when he's feeling hot like that, he'll make plays like that, and it'll catch you off guard every time.
14-9 was that Keed's opportunity. Bialy rocking it. KD on map 1 of 1.9, but the truth is on map 1, if you weren't rocking a positive KDA, then that meant you were playing for Keed.
Too soon.
Hey, they're doing great on map 2.
Pasha upping the party angle.
And this is what we didn't see so much of earlier on. But Pasha instantly, having not landed that, the difference between him and Fallen is he will then instantly go all the way back to the site.
Yeah, and maybe that's because he's been burned by those plays in the past and just doesn't want to stay aggressive.
Oh. Pasha, though, does get himself a frag onto Fallen, and Snacks has pushed out and finds himself the frag. Neo joins the party, and there's just one man left standing. And it's CQKS, who isn't standing anymore.
That was absurd that Virtus.Pro just survived that round with only one death. When that guy hopped up so close to that offer, that round looked really scary for Virtus.Pro.
And the crowd have found their voices once more as Virtus.Pro bid to salvage this and keep it to just 2 maps.
And this is that wall that I was afraid that Keed would hit on the T side, where even if they win a round right now, they're going to have to win another round. And if they lose the next one, they're going to be ecoing, and it's going to give Virtus.Pro more rounds, and might be looking at it in overtime.
Commentators love overtime.
Yes, we do. Gun rounds on gun rounds. Stacks on stacks.
Hype on hype. 3 AWPs on that VP side. Talk us through that. How hard is that going to be up to go up against?
Well, it's going to be pretty hard because right now they have 2 AWPs as well on the T side, which means that they're not going to be doing any form of an execute rush. They're looking for picks themselves, so they're susceptible to just getting murdered this round.
You have hope then.
So what you're saying is there's a chance. And Taz doing what he does best, getting the information of who's entering the courtyard, constantly jump spotting, calling numbers to his teammates, controlling the rotations from A to B. Good job by him.
Lying in wait for Steel. And this is looking a tough old slog for Keed. Bolts does get himself a frag. Man for man, their shots aren't bad, Keed, but on this round they've been out-spotted. And Fallen does have that opening. He has 6 seconds to hold on to it.
Yeah, I would like to see Fallen run away here because he's not hurting the economy right now versus at all. So yeah, just hide right now, save this all.
An aggressive hide. 14-11. VP beginning to string rounds together, and they will see this as a very winnable map.
Yeah, and something you can see right now from our point of view is Kuban being very vocal behind them. He knows what he's saying. I'm sure it's having some effect on these rounds and really VP's composure, rotations. So they're really clicking right now.
Volps and Fur take damage from those nades, and VP have done half the job on Fur already. But this time, they're sat further back. This is what you were talking about, the role of Taz.
Yeah, just constantly getting information on that courtyard, and Neo actually asking for that flash into the lung sewer before he peeks, knowing that the terrorist team likes to opt that lung sewer a lot, so he likes to peek with that flash, basically clear that angle. So that way him and Taz can pretty much double up B all alone, allow 3 people to play A.
ZQKS, God, that's a commentator's nightmare. He has just 2 points of health getting out of there, and before they've even seen anyone, it's
and so
all gone.
The reason why they're not playing 2B this round instead of 3, like I just said, is because Taz constantly was spotting people in the courtyard, which allows Bialy to stay instead of going to A.
Neo and Nador connect onto Fallen, but Fallen, as he retreats, does drop Bialy. And the hope for Keed is that somehow Neo's not been able to land 2 frags on that opportunity and is taking damage. And here come Keed, but here come Virtus.Pro. 3 frags, and this attack has been swatted away like a fly. 4 on 2, Snacks and Neo down to 25 and 30 health. Fallen having to go big here. He'll have to hit all 5. He's got 3. Fallen with 3 seconds to go decides to pull out. Oh, it gets dropped in the end by Neo as well. Insult to injury, it is 14-12. Keed's lead is now down to just 2.
That is
and they have called a pause.
Painful death. Dying after the bomb timer, getting 0 reward for that round.
The crowd have done their job.
I do not know what that guy's dressed as.
We've got the guy with, we've got Ronald McDonald down there. We've got Where's Wally.
Oh my goodness.
I tell you, and we've got a lot of Virtus.Pro shirts out there, that's for sure.
And one guy with a Nerf the Tech 9 sign.
And a lot of Kappa.
A lot of Kappa.
There he is.
So Keed's probably talking right now really about what they can do. They've tried hitting B, they've tried hitting A, they've tried faking B and going A.
There are the wives and girlfriends on the Virtus.Pro side. Mrs. Pasha and Mrs. Neo. Ready to cheer their team to victory. Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah, so Keed is really looking right now at a solution because they've tried so many different things, but I truly think that fake
Pasha cheering them back.
Pumping the crowd up. And Virtus.Pro is starting to feel it. This is not a good spot for Keed. But that fake to B when they went A, that actually worked. They just overcommitted in the 3 versus 2 retake. They could certainly go back to something like that, but it might not work the second time around.
Oh, Carton 4, what a great sign.
1 to earn 20. Wow, it's that easy. I love this.
You've been a great crowd tonight, guys. I hope you're with us all weekend long. And let's see what the Keed side have to see how long we'll be here tonight. Well, they take us to 3 maps. They've started with the frag onto Pasha. Let's see if they've anything left in the locker here. Talk to us about this buy and what it means for them.
Yeah, so Keed actually elected to save this round, which is interesting because they've definitely lost enough rounds where they can keep buying everyone for the rest of this match. They obviously want to get an op in their upper's hand, but this round is totally winnable still. 3 versus 4.
Well, when one of those 4 stacks, it might not be. Zika Chaos has his customary frag onto Taz as he will now have to deliver something special, and it wasn't to be. It is 14-3.
Yeah, that angle advantage right there by Neo just allowed him to get that last kill. You could see from, I believe it was the PK screen, that he couldn't even see Neo. So good positional awareness right there by Neo.
14-13. This is their chance now as they will go for a buy, and you've already said what you want to see.
Yeah, I definitely want to see OT. I want to see a third map. Let's do this.
Sean Garris's career as a shoutcaster is just beginning. The crowd, on the other hand, don't agree. Well, they agree with the second part, just that they don't want to see a third map.
Yeah. I don't like how the bomb right now looks like he's all alone on radar. Kind of nervous for them because they have had the bomb die before all alone in that long sewer. So that would be a very devastating way to lose a round that they saved for. So. And this is good because they're having ZQK clear out all these close angles at A, which will open up the B bomb site because they'll force the CTs all the way back into the A bomb site. They'll positional map like control, and from there they can run fakes or even just do a straight A hit. I think this needs to be an A hit round though. They've tried going B enough, just it's not working. They need to switch things up.
You and our observer, YNK, agree.
Good pop flash peek right there. Snacks onto long. They can feel this A hit. They know they're sitting behind the smoke. They're dumping all of their nades right now. 20 seconds left.
Fallen gets the first for Keed, but in the meantime, there have been 3 VP frags. TQKS can't find anything to hit. Finally does before he's taken down by his teammate in the end, and the auto sniper of Pasha finishes it off. But we have a tie game at 14-all. Virtus.Pro are gunning their way for the semifinals.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I was worried about with Keed is these gun rounds are so hard to come by against the top 5 or so teams in the world on T-side Overpass. You have to work hard for those gun rounds, and if you blow a late round plant situation against them, it's gonna bite you in the end. And Keed really needs to kind of pull together here, trade kills, enter a site, and just get themselves in a 2v2. Just a winnable 2v2.
Here comes the AK charge onto the B site. Opening frag goes the way of Fallen. Taz then picks him off before dropping himself, and this is an opportunity here for Keed, which Bialy is having none of with that frag onto ZQKS. As for will go tit for tat, frag for frag. Pasha and Snacks now having to pull Virtus.Pro back, or it will be map point Keed. Pasha starts as he means to finish. He's down to just 22 points of health, but taking on that auto sniper from that position is suicide. Fur will go down, and now it's all on Bolts. He's had a great game thus far once he got left in the locker as he looks for VP Shadows, finds the first. It's Pasha that goes down. We're one-on-one with the smoke in the middle. Bolts fires in. You can see that Snacks is right on top. What's he gonna do? Bolts finishes it. Bolts takes us to map point. Keed are back in business.
Huge play right there by Bolts. I was honestly getting a little bit nervous when Fur peeked that graffiti angle from Pit. He could have doubled that peek up with Bolts from the long on the left side of Spengler Bowl. You can double kind of peek that left side graffiti without the top even seeing you if they wanted to single off that guy. I believe we actually made the same mistake in our match against TSM. So.
Map point Keed. Where's your money, Sean? Overtime or nuke?
OT. We're going to see OT.
There is that auto sniper that agrees. Pasha has 2. Dropped in the end by Bolt, but the confidence of Pasha to push out and do that shows you just how much has returned to Virtus.Pro in the past 2 rounds.
I'm pretty sure Overpass could change its design to be train, and Pasha would still be autoing people at long A. I've seen him do this on every version of Overpass.
These 3 Keed players, though, know that overtime doesn't favor them. Momentum is very much with Virtus.Pro.
You can almost hear a pin drop in here right now. The crowd is so quiet.
Snacks has himself the frag to bring the crowd back to their voices, and Taz will do the same. And we are going to overtime. Virtus.Pro pull us back from the brink of a Keed map. And this home crowd loving every minute of it, no matter what their costume is. They have risen to their feet to roar Virtus.Pro to overtime. Keed now must go up against the sixth man once more. And it is not going to be easy.
Yep, especially starting T-side Overpass right now in OT. They have to make sure that they get some rounds right now. If they go down 0-3, looking at the second OT half, it's going to be really tough for them to win those three CT rounds against a fully bought up Virtus.Pro squad. So I honestly would like to see them change up the pace, go very fast towards the A bomb site through the bathrooms, or what just worked for them by going B through the long sewer. A 2-2 split on B with one guy lurking towards the blue to catch that guy flanking, or even like lurking through the bathrooms at A to catch someone lurking over by A. Just change up the pace right now, because what they're doing with these slow strats that end up winding up back to B or even back at A with 20 seconds left because they don't know if Virtus.Pro is playing close or far and they take too much time clearing the bathrooms. They're finding themselves in a really bad spot right now.
The fans were going full vocal, offering a song at that moment in time. I've not heard it before. Normally the chant's just Virtus.Pro, but they had a full song. I think it was about Bialy. Couldn't work it out. These headphones are pretty noise cancelling. And I'll be honest, my Polish is not as good as it should be. But
something I did learn this trip, Bialy means white.
There you go. We are learning.
I did not know that before this trip.
We're almost ready to get this overtime going. Keed have offered up hope, though, in this game. Remember, the analysts didn't give them a chance. Let's see whether they can continue to offer up hope for their fans back home and the community that helped send them here.
And the one man that had faith.
You are that man. Oh, Sean Garris. The predictor of Brazilian stardom. Birds sing before the war begins. This time VP a little bit further extended out this time before they will pull back. Neo gets himself the frag onto Steel there. But Taz working out.
Doing like jumping jacks.
Yeah.
That kind of workout. Cardio.
But we've seen little of them thus far. Fallen returns the favor. Snacks goes down, and that's half of Virtus.Pro in one man. At one point, he was doing so well on the score, but I think it's Neo that's pulled it back since then.
Yeah, we have someone flanking right now from A. This is horrible right now. Neo already literally right behind the T's. 30 seconds left. This is almost an impossible round for Keed.
Fallen senses it. Goes looking for him, but doesn't get him. Pasha helps him out. And Virtus.Pro pick up frag after frag to take the lead. It is 16-15.
Yeah, I truly believe if Keed wants to win some rounds in this OT, they're going to have to switch up the pace and go fast. Because, as you can see, when they go slow, VP gets such a good read on which bomb site they're going to choose to hit. They're going to over-rotate, they're going to flank, they're going to dump nades at the choke points. These rounds are almost impossible to win for them. They're putting themselves in such a hard spot. Here they go. They're going with this YOLO B rush again. This is good.
This is what took them to map point, remember. But that nade does a heck of a lot of damage as they come charging out the other side of the smoke. Bialy is welcoming them with open arms, as is Taz. And now they will finish off the job. It is Fallen. One man against five. Very, very rampant Virtus.Pro players. And their virulence gets them through. It is a clean round for VP, 17-15.
Fantastic round by Bialy right there. I can't say how important that nade was in the tunnel. He pre-smokes tunnel and then has the knowledge to nade instantaneously. And what that does is it just completely stops a rush, especially after that recent Valve update where nades just stun you and you can't go anywhere. Those T's were stuck in that tunnel for 5 seconds in that smoke. And at that point, it's just too late. You've missed your timing. The guy barrel's ready. The guy sandbag has already cleared courtyard. You have to get out quicker than that. And they just couldn't because Bialy's nade.
Pasha lying in wait with the auto sniper. It's going to be frag number one for him. CQKS downed. He said they had to get something on this T side. It's looking like a very big ask. Fur and Fallen, though, bring that arse down to size. Fallen charges into the site, has got himself his weapon of choice as well. And if only he were the carrier. He's not far behind.
Fur's role here in this round is massive. The CTs know he's pushed up right here. If he doesn't get this kill.
Oh, Bialy with the headshot onto Fur. And that massive roll. There's Rot tumbling down. Neo dropped by bolts, though, as Keed still making a match of this. Fallen has the Pasha auto sniper as well.
And I like this. Bolts took control of that B-bomb site in the lurker roll. Called for his teammates to come back. He has such a great position right now to hold this rotate. If Steel can just get this plant down, should be an easy win right now for Keed this last round.
That's what we call a commentator's curse.
I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize to me. Steel gets himself the frag onto Bialy, and it is Taz 1-on-3. Full complement of health, but also an angry army against him. He is chasing shadows, and the moment one of them comes firing back, he is downed, and Keed pick themselves up a round right at the end of that first half of overtime, and it is 17-15.
And that might be all Keed needs right now, just that one round. I can definitely see them getting these 3 CT rounds. They had a great CT half. So just important that they keep their aggression they had and don't turtle in because of the amount of rounds they've lost over the last 18 rounds. I don't want to see them be fearful here.
The camera just seems to draw itself towards that guy in the shake outfit. Half-time in overtime. And that last round changed the complexity of everything. It looked like it was going to be a 3-0 overtime, and particularly when they got that opening frag. And now there's a much more serious tone on that VP bench. Keed, on the other hand, know that they have a window of opportunity once more. Peter, the cheerleader, is doing exactly that, getting in their faces, cheering them on to victory.
That Peter pace back and forth.
And the back massage as well.
Yep.
It's not easy.
So something to note about that last round, though, is you notice when Keed finally had like no money and they were forced to buy, they had to string together something. They played so loose and just like everyone did their default roles, but they did them hyper aggressively. They didn't really. You could tell they didn't really have an end game in plan. They were able to trade those kills and really work up to choke points that they weren't able to do in their normal default because they were playing so tight, and BP could read that because they're just playing so close to the vest. All the nades are predictable, all the peaks are predictable, and at top level CS you just can't have that, and that's why the Fnatic envious style where they have a aggressive player like JW and then they have passive players around him like a Pronax. So that kind of style is the new meta right now in CSGO, and that's kind of what Keed used that last round.
How do they replicate that? Does it come naturally to them?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's more of like a random thing that teams can come up with on the fly. It takes a lot of practice to be consistently good at it. They're like Fnatic. Fnatic can read teams really well based on the information JW gets off his pushes.
17-16, 2-1 in the first half of overtime. If Keed can hold, but Taz has gone a long old way, and he'll charge down Steel. No, he won't. Auto Sniper picks off Pasha as well, and what looked like an excellent rush has proven to be almost a clean sweep here. It has been a clean sweep. What a round from Keed, tying us up.
Yeah, that was really scary because Taz was behind enemy lines in a 5v5 right there. Just jumped through that call it like kind of like the connector board area, jumped through that plank smoke, and basically ended up flanking that pit guy. Just couldn't get the kill. I think with that kill, that round might have went a little bit differently though.
And with that CT favor tying us up, this pendulum continues to swing on this map, and Keed will feel very much that this now is their map to lose.
Yeah, and here's that angle that I was talking about falling. He's able to get this pick for sure. There it is.
Ollie down, lovely strike from Fallen.
Ooh, this is a, oh my goodness, that's a really ballsy way to leave those tunnels. I thought he would just run back through his smoky through.
So from a man up now, you can see that Keed, relatively static, still have one man extended out slightly. It's but they can wait. They can afford to wait. The maximum with one man angling over on B, they're only going to go up against 3 men here. Come to them, as you say, they have the angles to work for them, and now they have another frag to work for them. They are edging their way towards another map point.
I think that's Fallen's 3rd lap on the A bathrooms, went all the way around, lapping the VP members.
Fur has the frag onto Pasha, and he will get one more before dying. It's Snacks that goes out, and it's Taz, 1 on 4. And this is not looking likely. And it's map point Keed. Their CT side in overtime has been exemplary.
Awesome round right there by Fallen. That's exactly what I started off the match saying. He needs to stay aggressive at A with that op. Got a pick there. Took the interesting route out through long, went all the way back around to the bathroom, stayed aggressive, got 2 more kills that round. Fallen really doing a great job not backing down to Virtus.Pro, playing fearless.
Well, a magnificent map from Keed, and they've fought both the players and the crowd as they look to take themselves to nuke. They're not here for the romance of Katowice. They're here to win, and that Molotov was perfectly timed to hold back Snacks, and it will be Steel who gets the frag. Bolt's now lying in wait. The push is alive. Steel has his 2nd frag. Steel has his 3rd. And this is beautiful play from Keed. And they are 1 frag away from taking us to map 3. Neo, 50 points of health and 2 frags, is still going at it. As he waits for Bolt. Basno from around the corner. Fur gets the frag, jumps to his feet, and Keed have won here on Overpass. It's a tie game, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1. We are on to map 3.
What an awesome map right there, and great ending for Keed. Really sticking into it. And you saw that, I'm not sure which player it was that was playing that same pit angle as the first round, but that was the exact same gun round that VP ran on the first round of OT that they actually had success with. Taz got in that back area behind the pit, just unfortunately missed the kill. The second time around, though, that guy was blatantly ready for that. He mollied the sandbag, was ready for that guy to jump out. Just good awareness of what he previously saw. Shut down that rush real quick.
That is the most muted map win I have ever